Okay, first thing we want to look at is the daily chart to see what the bias is. And obviously we can see this on a downtrend. That's all you want to use the daily chart for. I mean, you can kind of see where key levels are and everything. So 4200 is a key level, but that's an intellectual level. A psychological level, excuse me. So next thing you want to do is check the 4 hour to make sure that it lines up with the daily time frame. And then also there is, like I said, the 4200 range right here is in a psychological level. And it's still on a downtrend. You can see that it's still on a downtrend. Now this is still part of the correction, but as you can see, price still making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and made a higher low. But then it also broke all of these lows right here. It failed to break this lower high, and it failed to break this lower high, and so it's still making lower lows and not making any lower highs. So that's what we wanted to see for our trend confirmation, is making sure that it doesn't break those lower highs. So when price starts to break these lower highs and then making higher lows and then lower highs and higher lows, lower highs and higher lows, that's whenever we're price is changing direction. But as for right now, no. So at 4,000 is another intellectual level. That's why you can see that price is bouncing off so many times right here, right around this area. And that's where this big push gap came from, was from the 4,000 area. But also we want to be aware that that's a fake out, and it's just getting liquidity to go down lower most likely. So now that you can mark your charts up just so you can have it as a reminder, but I don't need to mark mine up because I remember. But I will kind of like try to show you how to mark it up. So this is what you want to do, is just, mark up where your highs are, or the level that wasn't being broken, and then mark up the recent high, which is right here, whichever you want to count, and then the most recent low, which is right here. Okay, so that's what you'll mark up. As long as price in between these two areas, it's not going anywhere. What you want to do is go down to the 1 hour and widen it a bit. Fixed chart. But anyways, I want to go down to the 1 hour and get a confirmation for when price is going to continue to head down in the direction of your bias. So right now it's on an uptrend on the 1 hour. So what we want to do, this is the indication. Well, this could be the indication because it failed to break this previous high over here, and so this also isn't a lower low. So it's not a lower low per se, because it kind of matched out with this lower low, so it made it equal lows. But that's even more of an attraction for liquidity. So that attracts price like crazy whenever it makes equal lows. So I kind of got like 2 or 3 different biases right now to sell. If I was going to get into something right now, I would probably get into a sell order and just kind of show you what it would look like. Let me see. I don't know. Yeah. So I'd probably be aiming for probably like 4,000 first, but I would definitely be aiming for my lower lows first. And my stops would be at my previous high. So with a good size account, like $1,000 account, you end up making probably $1,200 some dollars or whatever. But that would be my trade. So yeah, that would be my trade. I put it right there. As long as it don't break this, as long as price doesn't break this level, if it breaks this level and closes above this level, that's when I would close out my trade. But if it just went up here and just played around and wicked around a little bit, I'd be in the negative like $400 or $500 before it started to go back down. And then I'd add probably another position once it hit this level again, And so we probably end up doing about $2,000 or $15 or $3,000 on this trade, rather than the $1,200-$1,300. But anyway, so that's my analysis, man. That's it. That's how I set up my charts. That's how I trade. That's how I look for my trades. That's how I have my confirmation biases and everything. If you need to know anything else, just let me know. All right.